to balance our diet, to eat right at a reduced cost, I think we may do with what we have available to us. Okay? So, and I will take it from starting your own food revolution, prioritizing food. Okay? So if you are prioritizing food and you really, really want to get the best out of it, then you need to know part-time what you want to put into your mouth. Like I heard from one of the speakers talking about more of cassava, that they want to put more production into cassava. Okay, if you're doing the cassava and the people can have access to it, is that just a particular one that they are going to be feeding on?
Is it just cassava?
Is it just going to be cassava? Because let me pick from different foods that we have, because it's boiling down to balanced diet here, balanced nutrition, getting a good nutrition here, which means you're going to be having your vitamins in place, your minerals in place, your proteins, the essential fatty acids have to be in all this food. How much are we talking about fishing? Because I didn't even hear that in the agriculture that they mentioned. What are the resilience measures that they are putting for the climate change that we're really talking about now? So it's very key knowing that to cut it to your side, you need to start a revolution. You need to probably take extra knowledge in knowing if I consume mushroom, what is it going to offer me? Because in mushroom, you're going to be having probably extra zinc, extra copper, and these things help your blood flow. It helps you not to be lethargic at work. It helps your productivity. But if I ask most people that, do they have access to mushroom? Mushroom is practically everywhere in the olden days. Before they cook any soup, they don't have access to meat.
They use mushrooms.
They use mushrooms. Exactly. It's like the real local mushrooms. Yes, the shapa is a dry one, but the wet ones, people don't even focus on growing it anymore.
I've never anytime gone to the market and actually seen mushrooms.
Do you know if you have normal humus soil around your home, you could grow that. And it's very tasty, it's like meat. And what it offers you, I mean, it can be compared to you munching probably 6 meats or 5 meats together. Then you know we're talking of organ meats here like liver, kidney, okay? To a certain extent, it has a way of also giving back to you. If you can't afford the white meat like the chicken or the turkey, you don't also need to go for the overly processed one. You could just go for, you know, step down a little and go for probably the organically grown ones, which I would say let's also grow gardens around our homes. Yes, so these things, now that they are talking of drip irrigation, it means a lot of things have to be incorporated into generating that food. To me, it has resulted to genetically modified foods.
Yes.
So how much are we now going to be talking about the nourishment of the cell? Most people, they are not sick, but they just notice that they are not feeling well. And these are due to minor problems that the body is trying to also communicate back to you based on the diet you've been having. When you have ringing of the ears, you could just curb it with little vitamin B, vitamin B6, B5 and all that. And these are things you get in your garlic. How many people buy garlics in the marketplace and say, okay, if I don't really like the smell, I will have a way of blending it with my sauce and quickly probably make it tastier. And I will know I've just taken garlic. Exactly. How many people? Because what is going to give you on the long run, your body needs it for the overall productivity and longevity.
Alright, let's talk alternatives here, because at the end of the day, that's what everything is boiling down to. Reality check. A kilo of fish is now $9.50 going to $1,000, I'm sure before the end of this week. Yes, and a lot of people can afford that, especially if you have a large family. How many kilos would you buy that would go around? Now, people are actually not eating what they should be eating because there's no money to purchase those things. For instance, protein. What do you alternate that with? If you can afford meat, you can afford fish.
Thank you. When I focus more on protein too, because it's a key essential thing for the body.
Building blocks of life.
Exactly, for full vitality too. So if you are going to get that, the beans, the legumes, your nuts, let's patronize more of the nuts. The
Nuts.
safflower nuts, some sunflower seeds. We have all these seeds around us, but because we don't have knowledge about how to use it or what it's really meant for, we just tend
we
to
don't even
neglect
see
them.
it. Because we don't know it. Even when it's there, you don't see it.
Yes, you won't see it in open market, but I think it's more common with the northerners. They put it in their food. So if they know that the southerners are needing it now, they will find a way of bringing it over here. And so it's very key, we need to, because by the time you go to the east, you find out that there are some dark leafy vegetables that are there for you. You need all these cruciferous to help your general well-being. You need them because when you ingest that, it's fiber for you. When you ingest, you know, the legumes, the meat, some people just talk of milk alone, the dairies. How much of the dairies are we laying? It belongs to either the middle class or the high end there. Yes, it's only when probably someone that is sick, someone poor sees that, oh, they are sick. That's when they say, oh, help me to get milk. And they say, exactly. So what you're using sparingly, you find that over 5 million children die yearly due to one cause of malnutrition or the other.
Okay, wow.